Welcome to Atop the Fourth Wall, where comics burn. Linkara's gonna teach you all a lesson you won't learn. Brodsky, you're not the smartest. Liefeld, you're not an artist. Anyone who's had that comic published, it could be your turn. Linkara, he is a man. Hush, where's the birdie at? Linkara, he has a magic gun. Where do you purchase that? Linkara. Coins, robots, Amazons, and trucks. Linkara. This comic sucks. Linkara.
Very good. Have a cookie. They're delicious, and they were made for me by. Ooh, where are you? Right there, the Linksano cosplayer back there. And you don't get to have any. I'm horrible.
How did you know what I was going to ask?
Hello and welcome to Destiny of Atop the Fourth Wall Live! If this is your first time seeing Atop the Fourth Wall in live or recorded form, that doesn't surprise me. It's a web series on the internet. We're as common as Homestuck cosplayers. I kid because I love. I am reading from a script that I have only read once or twice ahead of time, so I apologize in advance if I stutter, slur my words, or screw up the jokes. Which is assuming they were funny in the first place, and according to YouTube comments, that is not the case.
Don't listen to YouTube.
And I know some people like to get excited during these live shows and want to throw out your own jokes at the comics, but I would remind you all that I am recording this, so if what you say is not funny, you're being not funny in front of thousands of people.
Gosh,
you. So, let's talk about spin-offs for a second. See, apparently, America and Japan have different attitudes about how spin-offs work. In America, spin-offs feature a character or two from the original series opening up a detective agency. In Japan, spin-offs can be set in the same universe, but with no returning characters, or feature all of the original characters, but put them in a completely ridiculous setting that has nothing to do with the universe where they grew up. And sometimes America and Japan get a little confused on their respective spin-off ideas, and thus we have Neon Genesis Evangelion, the Shinji Ikari detective. This is a thing that exists. Because when I think the crippling depression, giant cyborg mechas, and random Christian symbolism of Evangelion, I think detective agency. Oh, how many more jokes can I squeeze out of just the cover and name? Great, Shinji's gonna die at some point and then come back to life inexplicably without any explanation, but the fangirls won't care because he's played by Benedict Cumberbatch. Coming this summer, Shinji Ikari is Encyclopedia Brown. We open with Kaji and Misato talking in an office about whether or not someone will join them. And who are they talking about? Why, Shinji Ikari, of course, as evidenced by this photograph of him. Shinji decided against putting on lipstick, kissing the photograph, and then inviting Misato to look at his cleavage. We truly open with Shinji's narration. It's pretty much impossible to trust people. Well, you heard the kid. I no longer trust any of you. You're all going to use adblock and make your own jokes instead of me, and in the end, you'll watch some other comic book critic on the internet, and you'll forget all about me.
Last Angry Geek!
No, Shinji Ikari said it, so it must be true.
Boo, Shinji! I'll watch Last Angry Geek.
People are born alone, and that's how they best survive. Alone. Well, obviously, this universe's version of Shinji isn't too far off from his regular counterpart. Just that because he's not being forced to pilot a giant robot powered by the soul of his dead mother, now he's legitimately whiny. I can't wait to see his live journal entries about how he forgot his lunch money, and thus, life is pain. All life is pain. You can't even trust yourself. Shinji notices a flyer for the Kaji Detective Agency. 25 cents per day, plus expenses. No case too small. Wait, I already made an Encyclopedia Brown joke. Does anyone here actually remember Encyclopedia Brown? We are dorks. We are waiting with a smile. See, that's a red flag right there. Smiling people, ugh, they don't understand the pain and darkness of life like I do. Conformists. Toji and Kensuke, and I always feel I'm pronouncing his name wrong, run up to him, saying they've been looking for him. Toji, Kensuke, are you planning some wacky hijinks for me today? What can I expect out of this? A little nudity? Oh, Shinji, it's Evangelion. Of course there's gonna be a little nudity. Although probably without nipples. Now, admittedly, I have not seen any of the dubbed versions of Evangelion, nor have I seen the rebuild movies. But with how Toji's dialogue is written, he now appears to be speaking with a Brooklyn accent. Apparently, Toji has become Joey Wheeler. Outside the school, it's the Yakuza. Yeah, them mooks is gonna take our fingers, see?
Brooklyn Rage!
Brooklyn Rage! Shinji is incredulous, but Toji insists. On to Farillatilla, my Brilla! Oh, I get it. In this universe, the writer wanted him to be black, the artist refused because of the faux gangsta lines, but they went ahead with the dialogue anyway, despite him being Japanese. At this point, I would like to remind you all that this is not a fan doujinshi. This is a real thing published by Dark Horse and approved by Gainax. Forilla. So what's happened? And now we've got... Oh, there. I lost my place! Kensuke explains that a gangster suddenly went up to them when they were coming home, claiming they had scratched his car, and they owe him 500,000 yen for the damages.
That's like $5.
Now we have a gaffer. So that's what's happened. And now we've got no idea what to do, or whom we can turn to. Naturally, we went looking for you, the kid known for sitting in a fetal position for entire episodes. We knew you could help us. Shinji suggests, going to the cops, but the gangsters are outside the school waiting for them, so they'd never make it to a police station. And hey, this is Japan, which is well known for not having any cellular phones whatsoever, so they're screwed. Kensuke then notices the flyer for the detective agency and thinks private detectives could be the answer. Who would believe a shady advertisement like, well, it's not so much that we believe in it, it's that we believe in you, Ikari. Believe in the me who believes in the you who believes in the detective agency. They ask Shinji to go to the detective agency for them, though Shinji wonders why it has to be him. Come on, Ikari. Rescuing a pal, ain't that what a man does? Don't spoil this fine bromance. I don't even have to make jokes. I just have to let Toji talk.
I submit!
Gorilla.
Yeah, we're... Gorilla. Yeah, we're friends, aren't we? Friends? Friendship is meaningless. It's all a dark void of betrayal and despair. Crawling in my skin. I'm not too far off, actually. Friends are just strangers you hang around with. It's not like you get to understand what they think or what they're like deep down inside. Okay, I don't care if they don't exist in this universe. Shinji, get in the damn robot! But he figures he's not so much a stranger and they are as they are to him, mostly because they're not pretentious douchebags like you seem to be. Shinji and actually, I screwed up the line. This is why I put that stammer. Douchebags like you seem to be, Shinji, and actually recognize human relationships as being more than strangers you hang around with. But yeah, he decides there's no harm in at least checking it out. At the very least, it'll make them pipe down. Shinji, what do I have to do for you to make you pipe down? And so Shinji arrives and goes inside, and is attacked by a wild penguin. Now, Shinji, use a quick ball!
Gorilla! It's Godzilla!
Since Pen is running off, Misato comes out and tells Shinji to go and get him, since he opened the door and let him out to begin with. I'd say it's your own damn penguin lady, and you're the one who decided to bring it to the office for your show and tell. And so Shinji grabs it and falls down some stairs, breaking a vase. This is less a detective agency spin-off and instead a sitcom. Why do things like this happen to me? How could this happen to me? Later, he's having tea with Kaji and Misato. Most men your age wouldn't be prepared if a penguin suddenly flew in their face. Are rampaging penguin attacks common in this universe? Is that where this universe zigged from the normal universe's zag? Instead of the angels, it was just normal-sized penguins that attacked? But as a result of catching Pen, they want to hire him. Shinji points out he's in junior high, and he came to hire them. Oh, you mean like a detective job or something? No, Kaji, he's heard about your legendary skills as a gardener. Why is your name on the building? After Misato reads him the riot act for not taking this seriously, because we need to be serious in a story featuring Toji calling his and Shinji's friendship a bromance, we can finally move on. Shinji explains the situation, and they suspect that it's a con job, trying to get them to make their parents go to a loan shark in the employ of the gangsters for the cash, thus keeping a cycle of money flowing into their pockets. Can they help, though? Well, of course, we'd like to help, but Pen's scared of gangsters. I mean, our chief investigator is injured, so it's tough.
What?
Yes, Pen is their chief investigator.
Holy Lord!
Yeah, see, he doesn't arouse suspicion. Detective Diary, you're making Baywatch Nights look like the more credible detective agency spin-off series. And that series had David Hasselhoff be possessed by a demon in one episode.
He was really a man in a penguin suit.
But that's okay, they have a solution instead. You seem like a good boy, and I'm sure you'll take proper responsibility for this by doing the investigating yourself.
Jerk!
You're the worst detective ever, Kaji. Shinji, having something of a spine in this universe, asks what the hell is going on. First off, you can't be telling the truth. How can a penguin be an investigator? Well, Shinji, obviously you've never heard of Frobisher from Doctor Who. Show of hands, who here knows who Frobisher is? I am such a nerd. But no, Kaji didn't mean he'd be going alone, because here's Kaoru. Ooh, Dreamweaver, get me through the night. Kaoru is sent along with Shinji, but Shinji is just wondering how everyone seems to know his name. Also, he has a weird feeling about Kaoru. I don't think I've seen a guy who, gives off such an unnatural vibe. It's almost like he's an angel in human form, or the other way around, and maybe his origins and character are really kind of confusing, but people like him because he's very, very pretty. Also, he has silver hair. Maybe that's the weird thing about him. So Kaoru drags Shinji out, Shinji apparently having a heart attack based on this art. And he wonders what the hell is going on. Why can't I have a carefree life with cute girls falling all over? Well, Shinji, you do have visions of strangling women who deny your advances. That's usually not a great sign for your dateability. The two spot the gangsters harassing Toji and Kensuke again. And Kaoru says he's sure Shinji will think of something to do. After all, Kaji-san has a lot of faith in you. Oh yeah, you can see it in Kaoru's eyes. He definitely wants to insert his entry plug in Shinji, if you get my meaning. Shinji, naturally, has no plan and just kind of stands there, dumbfounded. Kaoru has a suggestion, though. Look, how about we start simple and just punch them both out? Well, because then even if you win this fight, they'll come back with guns and then cut off an ear and mail it to your penguin to chew on. But no, like idiots, they charge in. Ah, hell, why not? Row, row, fight the power! And immediately one of the gangsters grabs Shinji with the intent to punch him. And then Kaoru saves his ass. Because Shinji is still Shinji in any universe, and the only way he's making out of this is if someone dies and he goes berserk. With the gangsters knocked out, Toji and Kensuke hug him and thank him for saving them, even though Kaoru did all the work. You're gonna turn a lot more red than that in a moment, kid. Because your fly is open. No, it seems the gangsters have backup that quickly surround the four. Shinji-kun, I think I am going to need your help this time. When you wet yourself in fear, this time try to aim it at their faces. So yeah, Shinji gets blasted back with one punch. When I say a punch, the sound effect is smack, so maybe he was just slapped and he went flying. Kaoru asks why he isn't fighting, but Shinji has assumed his default position, cowering his head in his hands. I don't understand why you're not using an Ava.
What?
Wait, what? What? Is Ava? Is this just a fever dream? Well, let me explain. Kaoru pulls out a cross necklace and holds it up. Moon Prism Power! Come forth, my Ava Quattro! Suddenly this went from detective agency to magical soldier Evangelion. And out from the necklace comes this dude. Now check out those huge sunglasses and the bare chest with a vest. It is Kamina! Oh, and he kicks ass with one punch.
Yeah, that's Kamina.
Whoa, so it's true. What's true? Yeah, seriously, I'm with Shinji on this one. What is happening? Good work, and thanks, Quattro. Really, Master, did you truly require me for that? Bring me a fight that's challenging next time. So, in this universe, the Evangelions are rejected Final Fantasy characters that you summon like Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Believe in the heart of the Evas! After Quattro returns to his necklace, Shinji asks what the hell happened. Kaoru, however, finally displays a different emotion than calm bemusement for probably the first time in the entire franchise. Maybe I misunderstood. Kaji-san seemed to think well of you, but you can't use your Avas. You can't even use your fists, can you, Shinji-kun? Yeah, keep that talk up, Kaoru, and in a minute he'll show you how well he can use his fists.
No.
So what are you good for? Ah, great, now you're gonna make him go back to his emo poetry. These wounds, they will not heal. Back at the detective agency, Kaji says that Kaoru claimed that Shinji kicked major ass, obviously covering for him. I didn't think it was possible, but this guy just managed to piss me off more. Stop being so nice to me, Kaoru. I refuse to let myself get lost in those beautiful eyes.
This is an 80 plus panel.
But what were we talking about? Masato offers him a job again, but Shinji says he needs to get back to being a school kid. However, Kaji brings up the vase he broke earlier at the bottom of the stairs. It's apparently worth 100 million yen. And they want him to pay for it.
Or am I still over again?
And so the boy, whose catchphrase is, "I mustn't run away," makes a mad dash right the hell out of it. When danger reared its ugly head, he bravely turned his tail and fled. Bravest of the brave, Sir Shinji. So as Shinji continues to run for it, he wonders just what the hell is going on with them, and how Kaoru had a genie or something under his command. But he can't worry about that for too long, since he notices that his front door is open and a moving van is outside. And indeed, inside are some movers packing up all his stuff. Kaji appears behind him and explains that he's gonna work for the detective agency to work off the now 500 million yen. And as such, he's going to live with Kaoru at Kaji's condo. And thus 2.5 Men was born. And so our comic ends with Shinji proclaiming, "Who were the real gangsters here?" Well, technically, the gangsters were still gangsters, so everybody, I guess. Anyway, this comic is actually perfectly good. It's got shades of Holic in its execution, and it's a solid start to an ongoing series. The problem is the connection to Evangelion. What is the point? Why not just make it its own series? And if you wanted the name value of Evangelion, fine, but this thing is so far removed from Evangelion that it's only recognizable for the characters. It's like taking the cast of Star Wars, keeping their personalities and characterization intact, except now they run a pizza joint. Why? But that's all I got for now, so thank you, everybody. Totally a joke I forgot to put in there. This is like someone's AU fanfic. Except licensed.